Tape number 8. A hut, 2, 3, 4. A hut, 2, 3, 4. Count them. There are 20 mud and thatch huts in my new village at Sikosanyana on the Caprivi Strip, close to the game park, 200 kilometers from Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. I am psyched. My day begins at 05:30 with a knock on my door by a young man named Christoph. He's my alarm clock. He's also the leader of my judo club. He actually organized it before I got here, based on rumors that a judo master was arriving soon from America. In the mornings, I light my gas stove. I feel like a big sissy. I'm the only hut with no outside fire pit. I fill my kettle. I put a cup of water in a pot and a half a cup of jungle oats. I add a handful of currants and boil furiously until done. I empty it onto a tin plate, cover it with cinnamon and sugar, and pour in a brand of milk from a carton that does not need refrigeration until it is opened. It's delicious. I look forward to it every single day. Then I make my instant coffee, 2 cups. I use toilet paper in a large container. I trade it on the porch back in town at the Guinea Fowl. I add coffee grounds. I pour from the kettle into the strainer so that it drips into my thermos. It makes exactly 2 cups and is my treat every morning. I stand in the doorway drinking coffee and admiring my beautiful hut, which is approximately 15 feet high. It slopes gently to both sides into the corners. It's 13 paces deep and 25 paces wide. It's much more room than I need, and I spend very little time in the hut, except during the really hot afternoons and really buggy nights. Otherwise, I'm teaching in my school or training out in the bush. We live with the villagers right across from their quaint bush area school. It has 8 classrooms for 400 learners. I have no idea where they all come from, but they're always there on time. They stay in the school from 7 a.m. till 12:15, except for a hot tea break in the middle, where they go to their meal hall at the hostel for tea with milk, brown sugar, and bread. By the way, tea with milk and brown sugar, one of the most delicious things I've ever had. I'm glad I just thought of that. I think I'll have some tonight before I go to bed. Sikosanyana Senior Secondary School is for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade learners. 9th and 10th are required. 11th and 12th are brand new voluntary efforts in this democracy to produce some type of employable, educated class. I teach 11th grade English. I will also have them next year in 12th grade, because they will have to write their examination as required for a high school diploma or matriculation in English. It's common practice here. Everyone must pass an examination on every single course that is given by the state. They hired a British company to develop this educational program, and though it has many problems, it does offer an immediate action plan for educating people who have never been able to study English, learn mathematics or science under the South African governmental administration. I volunteered to teach biology on Monday nights to the 12th graders, although they're not my learners. They must take an examination in biology, and there's no biology teacher. I only had 1 course in biology in college, but over the years from practicing law and so many trials, I've learned enough about the human body to be able to teach them to pass this exam. I do that every Monday night for 2 hours. I also volunteered to have an English writing club, to write to you folks back home in Delaware. Many have already written their first letter to Delaware. It's actually an extremely exciting event in their life, and I can't wait to see the look on the face of the first kid who receives the first letter in return.